Hi, my name's Dave and I live in Yamhill County, Oregon. Sitting here the day after receiving eviction orders put down by the judge on a telephone court. Didn't even have the decency to bring me in. They did it on the phone. I was not represented by a lawyer. There's a little bit of a twist to it. That's the reason why I think this is an important video for people to see. My landlord did not get a ruling on an actual eviction. What he got was a ruling on a move-out agreement that I signed. I believe I signed it under duress. He told me I either needed to sign that or go to court, and listed a bunch of bad things that would happen to me, including ruining my rental history, paying court costs, all that stuff, which is what I ended up having to pay anyway, $4,400 in his lawyer fees and court costs. But I ended up getting a ruling on that I have to move out by next Saturday. This is a trick, I think, that a lot of the lawyers are telling landlords to use now because of the moratorium. And I fell for it. And then by the time I tried to fight it and I tried to get legal representation, it was too late. There was nobody answering the phone. There was nobody returning calls. There's nobody taking cases that does pro bono work in this area. And I got a feeling it's going to be that way in a lot of places. The lawyers that do pro bono work are few and far between. Unless you have money to put out a couple grand for a retainer on a lawyer, you're probably going to lose if you don't know a lot about real estate law. So if you're in a situation where you feel you might be evicted either for money or for cause, it'd be a good idea to start doing your homework now. What happened to me was I was standing at the door and he had an eviction order that was for cause, and this was all pushed from way back when he was upset about not getting the rent, and I basically used the pandemic as the excuse because that was the case. I was in the unemployment black hole. There was no money coming in, and he figured out a way to try to get me out for cause. He made up a bunch of reasons, lost the first time, and then changed it. There was innuendos and just all kinds of crap on there that wasn't true, and there was things to insult my integrity, and it was crazy. And then finally the one came through this last time. We had 7 items on it. They were all crap. They were all taken care of. One of them, which was my guinea pig, is against the release terms, or the lease terms, which is a joke. He's a caged animal. Why would that be a problem? Things that I had people living in the garage, which was not true, and dirt and all kinds of crap along the outside of the house. Anyway, all of those items were things that I could say they're not true, they never were true, and here's proof. But he got in my head a little bit and started telling me about what would happen if I lost. And he says, look, you're gonna either sign this move-out agreement, have absolutely nothing happen to you, and you'll be fine, or you're going to go to court and the possibility of losing a bunch of money, losing your rental history, and a lot of bad things happen. I listened, and then I signed it. And as soon as I signed it, he snapped it out of my hands, and I didn't see him again for 3 weeks. I kept asking him for a copy. I didn't really even know what I signed. I explained all this to the judge yesterday. Didn't matter, because I signed it. If you do the same thing, you're going to be in the same boat I am, because they don't care. The judges are just right now overrun with, they know there's a queue of thousands of these things, and they do not want anything to go beyond the time that they have allotted for it, because they don't have enough time to handle things, and I understand that. But at the same time, here I am. I needed help. I needed legal representation. Because of the pandemic, there's absolutely nobody to help me. I don't have the money to pay for a lawyer, What the hell was I supposed to do? After I made the mistake, yeah, I did make the mistake, and I knew it. Shortly thereafter, I kept asking him, I need a copy of what I signed. I don't even really know what I signed. He says, well, I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you. In fact, when I signed it, he says, I'm going to go make a copy and I'm going to bring it right back to you. Well, that never happened. I didn't get one until about 3 weeks later. And I explained all this to the judge, and it just really didn't even matter. They didn't care. She didn't care. She said, well, you know, my heart says one thing, but I have to follow the law. Blam. You're done. And so I have to be out by next Saturday. I still don't have a job. I'm still dealing with the minimal amount of unemployment that I get. I don't have money saved up for to put on somewhere else. How am I supposed to go rent somewhere else when I don't have a job? Nobody's going to approve me as a renter when I don't have a job. They don't approve you on unemployment benefits. I'm screwed. I'm basically homeless. I'm going to be living in a freaking motel, if that, or living in my car, if I can. That's where this has put me. And I don't want that to happen to you. If your landlord comes to you with a move-out agreement, don't sign it without having a lawyer look at it first, without making sure you know what you sign. If you sign it, you're signing your move-out warrant. You're basically, I'm going to have sheriff here in 10 days if I don't move out on my own. And it's not a good feeling. So pandemic, it doesn't freaking matter. It's not going to help me. There's no defense. Once you sign that, you're done. Unless somebody steps in and says, wait a minute. There's got to be some common sensality here. It's like this can't be a loophole that they fly through. Because a lot of people that don't understand what protections are on the books for them. They're not filling out the proper paperwork per the CDC, their municipalities and their cities or whatever. They're not filling out the proper paperwork. They're not following the right steps to cover themselves. And landlords know that. Landlords manipulate. I'm not saying all landlords are bad, because they're not. Of course they're not bad. But there are some that are at the end of their rope. They've got to try to figure out how to get rent. They're not getting rent. And it's like a double-edged sword. It's something that could kill this country. And this is just a small part of it, but we're in big trouble. I'm telling you, there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are homeless. What in the hell are we going to do? If there isn't somebody that comes in and says, you know what, Pelosi, Republicans, Trump, you guys need to get your freaking heads out of your ass and quit playing politics and realize that there's real people out there that are going to be literally living in their cars or on the street if you don't get things handled. Why is America the only one that's going through this? It's like, this is crap, man. I'm just at my wit's end. I don't even know what to do. I don't like to couch surf. I'm too damn old. I like to have my own space. What am I supposed to do? I can't live going and doing a part-time job, being a security guard somewhere or whatever. I don't even know what to do. So please don't let this happen to you. Don't sign anything. Don't do anything without knowing what you're signing. Get some legal help. If that means telling your landlord you're just going to have to frickin' wait, I don't care what you're saying, then do it. God be with you. God be with all of us.